Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bruhz, your go-to Detroit sports podcast.
That's right. I'm your boy Jess, a.k.a. A-Game. We're here to bring the latest and the greatest from the D, the 313.
And it's your boy, The Loaf, ready to dive right into the heart of Detroit sports with two of my guys, the Honcho and the A-Game.
Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, PSL Sports, Michigan State, we got you covered.
We'll break down the games, analyze the stats, and give you the hot takes that you didn't know you needed.
Plus, we bring you some amazing guests, legends of the game, Detroit historians, here to share their insights and stories.
So grab a seat on the couch, kick back, and let's get into the action.
Here we go.
Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bruhz.
Man, Brown Couch Bruhz, man. I'm getting comfortable on the couch, man. You know, it's just I slept on it. But I'm loving the couch.
Oh, man.
It's kind of hard to follow that one up.
No, it is. I was like, well, I'm going to go with that. Hey, man, listen, Brown Couch Bruhz, continue to represent, subscribe, continue to do that, man. We love having y'all and comment on the YouTube, man. We back on the couch, baby. We back on the couch.
Back on the couch in the customary fashion. Let's toast.
Man,
Yeah,
it's
right.
toast.
Yeah.
Long range to the A-Game.
Hey. Gotcha. There we go.
That's some good water.
Good water. Fellas, what y'all got for your tip off today? A-Game, it's on you.
Okay, man. Listen, man. My question to y'all, man, is I know this is a topic that we're not going to touch on the show. That's usually what the tip off is, just to let the people know. But are there any sports stories that you're just tired of hearing? I mean, and I'll give you an example. Of course, in the fall with my Cowboys, I'm tired of hearing about us win or lose. I'm always tired of hearing about that. You know what I'm saying? Are we back? Are we not back? But another example would be, I'm tired of hearing, well, back then, I was tired of hearing Colin Kaepernick. You know, I never thought he was one of the best 62 guys. It's kind of unpopular opinion, but, you know, you got 32 starters, and everybody always, hey, well, why don't you go get Kaepernick? Go get Kaepernick. Tired of hearing it. I turn on the TV, I'm tired of hearing about LeBron Jordan. Who's the GOAT? You're not going to convince the other person of what it is. You're not going to convince LeBron people that Jordan is the GOAT. And there's nothing you can say at this point. You just can't do it. And then now recently, where's Aaron Rodgers going to go? Just tired of hearing it.
That's a good one.
I
Right?
mean,
Yeah,
I'm tired.
I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers.
I'm just tired, man.
So you're right.
So my question to y'all was, is there any sports story that you can think of that, man, I'm just fed up of hearing?
Well, I'll tell you one that hit closer to home for you. The process with Joel Embiid.
Oh.
I'm tired of this guy not playing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of this guy holding all of that talent hostage and sitting out and not playing.
I can agree with that.
I can completely understand if you legitimately hurt. I don't never argue with a guy. If a guy say he hurt,
Mm-hmm.
right? But this whole process of like, you know, he sat out the year he was drafted. You know, he had all this potential. You know, Philadelphia was tanking to get him and to get Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
And there's this whole process thing and with the coach and all of that, they make it to the playoffs. They fare well in the playoffs. But then you got two guys, you know, it essentially ran its course.
It did.
It essentially
and
ran
it went
its
on
course.
for years.
And it went on for years. And so I guess in a roundabout way, it's the waiting and seeing to the fans from the team to say, we're going to be good later. Just wait, just hold on. Just trust us. Trust the process. Everything's going to be okay. Well, I saw that in Philadelphia and we got glimpses of it, but it never made it. They never made it over the top.
Never.
And so that's probably a story that I was kind of tired of hearing.
Mm-hmm. To add a caveat to that, that's $243 million guaranteed.
Easy.
That's left on his contract.
Easy.
Just to put that into perspective.
You always bring the money into it.
You always said that's monopoly money, man.
Man, that ain't real money. That ain't real money.
It's all about
It
the
ain't
hustle.
real money.
That's the hustle.
You know,
That ain't real money.
If I had to mention one topic or just one in particular person, Caitlin Clark. I'm tired of hearing the girl came into the dub. She played well. She carried the brick. She carried the stone, whatever you want to call it, on her back. She carried the league. Let her go. The girl can play.
Yeah.
The girl can play. Flat out, she can play.
The story as she's a baller.
She's a baller. She a baller. So I'm tired of hearing about that one. The Joel Embiid, I'm tired of hearing about that. And like you mentioned, Aaron Rodgers, man. This guy act like he the NFL.
Oh my God.
You're not big. He's not bigger than the league. The Steelers. If I'm the Steelers, I wouldn't even wait on the guy no more.
You don't want nothing to do.
I want nothing to do with him.
Nobody cares anymore.
Nobody cares anymore.
Nobody cares.
The guy won the Super Bowl. I think maybe his third or fourth year as a starter.
Mm-hmm.
And he played 15 years after that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been in the league 20 years, hadn't won nothing since.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, go away, Aaron Rodgers. Just go away. Just go away. You're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Just go away.
All right.
Yep.
What you got for your tip, Loaf?
Real quick, man, I want to represent some local talent here, man. Do you guys know who ran the fastest 40 time at the Combine?
Do not know.
Guy ran 4.28. Guy named Maxwell Harrison, West Bloomfield. 4.2840, Combine, went to University of Kentucky. You know, I want to give him a shout out, man, because
that's pretty fast.
That's pretty fast, and there's money in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now he's a cornerback, 183 corner. Probably get drafted middle rounds, late rounds, maybe.
First round though?
Huh?
First round, middle round.
Middle round. I would say middle round, probably 4 through 4 or 5.
Okay.
Like that.
In the middle round.
In the middle round.
Not in the middle of the first.
No,
in the middle round.
Okay,
3, 4, 5, or 4 or 5, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Just want to give that young man a shout out, man, because we want to always represent the state of Michigan, Detroit. You know, the guy went in there and ran a 4.28.
Well, young man, you just made yourself some money.
Made some money.
That's picking them up and putting them down, as they say.
That's picking them up, putting them down in the real way.
Maxwell Harrison, West Bloomfield.
Yeah.
Homegrown.
Well, tragedy struck the golf world, particularly with the Bruhz, man, this past couple of weeks, actually, man. We lost a real good bruh. A bruh who I play golf with probably every weekend or every other weekend, man. Guy by the name of Charles Chet Wood. It's an 88 bruh from U Alpha out there in South Carolina, man. Good bruh. Tragically lost him in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, man, playing golf. And, shouts out to him and his family.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, we praying for him. The Bruhz, put together a ton of money, man, to give to his family.
Cool.
The Q Tour actually stepped up. Our local Detroit Bruhz stepped up and were able to provide a nice little financial package to his family. Some brothers from here went out to his funeral and gave their condolences to him. So I just wanted to, kind of lift him up and shout him out, particularly, a brother who, you play golf with, every other week, man. I'm with this guy every other Saturday, probably a couple of times a week sometimes, man. And, to be here and be gone is just real tough, man. Real tough.
Yeah.
So, I'm without trying to be preachy, take your medication, get your tests, go to the doctor. Doctor tell you need to take your medication, man. Take your medication.
Mm-hmm.
Take your medication.
Yeah, I got a coworker of mine that's struggling right now with some high blood pressure, and he's been going through to his doctor the last at least the last month, just to get the right medication.
Yeah.
He going on his 4th medication to lower his blood pressure, and it's gonna get done. But to your point, yeah, man, take your medication. Try to do something physically fit. If it's just walking, man.
Yeah.
If it's just walking, and start on, healthier diet.
That's right. Take this stuff seriously. Take it seriously, man. As we get older, cold just ain't that common, right? You can't take it as is. I just had a common cold. Let me just go take some Theraflu. I'll be all right, man. We really have to be cognizant and listen to our bodies and really take care of ourselves, man.
Yeah.
These are the times we should be enjoying life. Our quality of life being compromised, but actually enjoying life to the fullest, man. So, with Chet passing, man, on Saturdays with the Bruhz who play golf here, it's about a handful of us who will walk the course. You push your cart, put your bag on your back, you walk the course. So it's a handful of us, and Chet was actually one of them.
Wow.
That actually walked with us, along with Ann Hardy, Larry Price, and myself. We would all walk. And so with Chet's passing, man, Larry and I were talking, and we're going to issue a challenge to the Detroit Golfing Qs. We want every brother, and it's about 50 or 60 bros signed up to play golf here every Saturday for the next 18 weeks. We start next week.
Okay.
We want every brother who is a part of Detroit Golf Q's to walk the course at least once a Saturday this year. At least once.
That's not a tough
At least once.
That's
I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it's appropriate.
Chet walk.
You know, it's a Chet walk.
It's a Chet
You
walk.
owe us a Chet walk.
You owe us a Chet walk.
You owe us a Chet walk. I like that.
Get that.
So that we issued that challenge to all the Detroit Qs. I know y'all listening, the avid listeners to the Brown Couch Bruhz. We want you to talk, man. Walk a course at least once this Saturday. During the tour. So that challenge is out to the Bruhz. You know, hopefully they can live up to it. We do one for Chet.
One for Chet. Got to get that Chet walk in.
Got to get the Chet walk in.
Yeah, that's a good
and we'll
call.
be checking.
Yep.
And if you don't, at the end of the year, you know what you got to do. You got to fall out, baby. So that's our tip off, brothers. That's our tip off.
Good deal.
It's a good tip, man.
Good tip, man.
Brother.
Toast it up for Chet one time.
One time for the Chet. 88, bro.
All right, so tonight is game 2, Pistons playoff.
Detroit basketball. Let's go.
Them guys wet the bed on Saturday.
Wow.
It was a rough half of the third quarter going into really in the fourth quarter.
But it was up 7 going into the fourth.
Going to the fourth, man. And just completely collapsed. Completely collapsed. I actually thought they played well enough through 3 quarters to win that game. I thought it was the game that they should have won. I mean, it's tough to come back in game 2. It's easier for a road team to win game 1.
Yeah, it is.
You catch that home team
sleeping. Yeah.
And you can come in and you can win game 1. You can steal game 1. Game 2 is going to be tough.
And that because they want to come, they know they had to come here.
That's right.
Is it 2-3-2 or 2-2-1-1-1?
Well, it's 2-2-1-1-1, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, 2-2-1-1-1.
Okay.
But man, a game that they could have had. I thought in that fourth quarter, it was hard to find a basket. It was hard to make a shot. And what I saw was everybody except for Cade Cunningham, because he was going to struggle. I mean, they throwing 2 at him. All the pick and rolls, they trapping, getting the ball out of his hand. So somebody else has got to make a play. And guys were able to make shots for the first 3 quarters. By the time it came to winning time, fourth quarter, the well ran dry. Tim Hardaway couldn't hit the ocean. Beasley couldn't make nothing. Guys inside, the bigs inside aren't scorers.
Right.
So either they got it, missed, or turned it over. And that was just a glaring thing to me, you know, just with my basketball eyes seeing this team needs another playmaker on the floor.
I was just about to say
they need somebody that can make a shot in the fourth quarter on the floor. And they simply didn't have that on Saturday night.
Well, you know, we all were shocked. At least I was. They, you know, a 30-game differential from last year. They won 14 games last year, and they won 44 games this year. So I was glad to see them make the playoffs. I was shocked they made the playoffs. So it's been a successful season, but you can't get complacent because now you playing with the big boys. You wanted to be on national TV. You wanted to be on TNT. ESPN, you know, definitely here. We got this, what's it called?
FanDuel Sports?
I can't the name of it that you got to pay for. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway,
to watch the game?
To watch the game.
About Bally Sports or whatever. Yeah,
Bally Sports. Man. So now you here. You in the Mecca of basketball holiness.
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah. Madison
and it's
Square
one
Garden.
thing that Michael Jeffrey Jordan always said, playing in New York, they're not gonna lie and they're not gonna cheat you. If you want to play some basketball, this where you show up at. And I know, to your point, you know, they was doubling Cade and doing all the things they had to do to get the ball out of his hands. But Cade has to still be Cade. He has to average 28 to 30 a game in this series. If not that much, he has to average damn near a triple-double or his season average. I looked at his numbers. He didn't have his numbers. You know, I think he had 21 or 22, something like that. But if you want to make it through these playoffs, particularly in the Eastern Conference, you got to go through these Knicks. I still think that we have a chance because we still, at the end of the day, I think we had the best player. Now, we might not have the best team, but we got the best player on the court in Cade. Well, anytime you got the best player, I still think you got a chance.
You got a shot.
We do have the best player.
But give him the butt.
This is his first playoff run.
That's not the butt I was looking for.
It can simply be his coming out party for sure. He's got to play better. But understand, when you don't have another guy out there that teams have to worry about, because right now they don't have to worry about anybody but Cade Cunningham.
Kind of like a young Pippen and a Jordan.
Right. He's going to get the Knicks' best defensive effort every game.
Right.
And still got to go out there and get 30. I mean, that's essentially what we asking him to do. That's tough, man. It's tough to do.
Especially, like you said, if you don't have a Robin.
You don't have a Rodman. He don't even have a...
He ain't got a sparrow. He don't even got a sparrow. He ain't even got a pigeon.
So look, man.
Well, you might have a pigeon.
So to what you were talking about, man, with the tough fourth quarter. So first of all, you start the fourth quarter off with a 5-second violation.
Yep.
Then
Turnover.
Shortly thereafter, you get another 24-second violation.
Turnover.
You miss a dunk. You have one dunk come in and out. I mean, a little bit of bad luck to that.
Them turnovers.
They
in the playoffs, you might as well count that as a turnover.
So the problem I had in that 21-point run, which is really what turned the game, is that at some point, some guy got to say, listen, whatever it is, I'm taking this to the basket, I'm making a shot, or I'm gonna be on the free throw line. Mm-hmm. I'm asking Cade to do that. Now, yes, they throwing double teams at him. But even still, I'm thinking, man, you got to muscle your way in and make them foul you. Sometimes the best play ain't just throwing it out. The best play, and we've seen Kobe do this.
Yeah.
The best play is I'm shooting over the double. You know, it looks like a bad shot if it doesn't go in. But damn it, I'm the best player on the floor. I'm taking this shot. Now, to what you were saying about Cade being the best player on the floor, he is. But if New York got the next best three, then that's where your problem is. You know what I'm saying? If Cade's the best, then you got three Knicks, and then in Pistons, that's the gap.
You got three Knicks is better than your pigeon.
Yeah, better than your pigeon. Exactly, for real. So that was the problem I had, man. I just thought, I thought at some point in that 21-point run, Cade, you have to be the dog.
But let me add something to that. And from a defensive standpoint, and I can go all the way back to the bad boys, even the going to work Pistons. When you get in a run like that, excluding the run that LeBron had that year when he had 25 by himself, besides that, somebody got to get a bow. We gotta break this monotony up. We have to break this up. Yeah. Call time. Somebody got to get a tech.
Couldn't call a timeout,
but somebody got to get a tech.
Right.
Well, somebody got to hit the ground.
You got one guy on the team that would do that.
That's true.
And what happened to him at the end of the fourth? He got hurt. Yeah. So Isaiah Stewart was out.
And I hope
you best to believe that somebody wouldn't have got a layup if Isaiah Stewart was on the floor.
You gotta.
So he would have stopped the bleeding some kind of way, or caused some bleeding.
Exactly.
Either one. We could have taken
needed a moment of pause in the distraction.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And because you didn't have no timeouts, well, you had one, and Bickerstaff needed to save that. What you needed, like you're saying, a tech or anything, hard foul, just enough to where we all can go over to the sideline, watch them shoot a free throw. Hell, they scoring anyway.
Right.
But coach, you could talk to us while we over here on the side.
Well, you needed the Knicks to think about something else. Give them something else to think about.
Yeah.
Other than they, scoring.
So you want the Knicks to come out of that it's a war now. Yeah. You didn't bold us, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. We needed the Knicks to get off their square.
Yeah. So look, we've been talking about this on this show. The players on the team have been kind of comparing. The media has been comparing these guys to the bad boys for their style of play, their physicality, and let me just preface what I'm about to say with, I don't think the Pistons, this team is scared. I don't think they're afraid of anybody. I think they don't mind competing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to chalk this up as, most of the guys on this team, this is their first playoff game ever in their life. But if they don't show the kind of heart that them going to work Pistons did or them bad boys did.
The bad boy, even when the bad boys was losing to the Celtics.
Yeah, all of that. All of that. You know, like that real kind of Detroit spirit, they gonna lose the city, man. If they don't show, they gonna lose the city, at least for this year. Guys ain't gonna be getting together and watching the game if they go out like they did the other night, tonight.
I agree with that. Yeah, but
you're gonna lose the city for this year, man. If they don't come out and do something.
I think they're gonna, even if they go down 2-0, it's how you fight. Right. It's that grind, it's that grit.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they gotta show that.
They gotta show that. Yeah, I agree.
I'm not saying they gotta win tonight. I'm saying they've got to show the kind of passion that it takes for people to stay behind them. And to show up when they come back to Detroit and say, okay, yeah, no, we in the D now.
It was Detroit basketball, baby.
It's gonna be different.
Oh, it's gonna be ruckus come Thursday. Win or lose tonight, you know, at least Thursday is gonna be off the chain, and if that doesn't put fear in the Knicks when they get here, you know, nothing will.
I'm gonna make a prediction right now. Even if we'll go back to Game 5 in New York 2-2.
You got your pen? You got your pen?
You know I'm 1-0 on predictions, man.
This a low guarantee.
I guarantee if we go down 2-0, we'll come back Game 5 2-2.
So 2 in a row for the Pistons.
Here at home.
At the crib.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
Oh, you heard it.
It's a low guarantee.
Yeah. So Beef Stew's not playing tonight. So they're gonna be.
Did you know that?
Who? Beef Stew. But I said even they 0-2.
Even they go 0-2. We gonna win our 2 games here.
Okay.
We go back to New York.
That's
2-2.
Great call.
With 1-1-1.
I hope you're right.
Now I'm not gonna say we're gonna steal Game 5. All I'm saying is 2-2 going back to New York.
You got enough on paper right now.
Okay,
We'll leave that as you got it.
I mean, you know, 2 games at home is doable. This is not your grandpapa's New York Knicks here, man.
No.
First of all, they banged up.
I wasn't impressed.
They banged up. Mm-hmm. They have just a hard time scoring as we did. Mm-hmm. You know, other than Cat. Cat looked like the second coming of Patrick Ewing out there the other night. And this guy ain't even that tough.
No, he's not.
Skill. Great player. Not tough.
Yeah.
And I hated that Stu went out. Because I think that matchup with him and Cat, although he got into some foul trouble, I think that matchup I think he can give Cat some problems. Just being physical with him the way that he does, but also playing really good, solid defense.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's gonna hurt not having Stu. Duren, you gotta step up, man. You gotta grow up, bro.
Duren gotta grow up.
You gotta grow up, man. You gotta grow up. A couple of times they gave him the ball in the lane, man. I thought he's just way too indecisive with it. Just go up.
Yeah. Go up. Go hard and go
dunk
up.
on somebody. Because what I know about the game is that when you are aggressive, you get calls. People get wide open shots. You start seeing the ball go through the net, and you start feeling real good and confident about what you're doing out there. But you got to make that happen. And I didn't see anybody out there really trying to make something happen. And so you're going to wear that moniker, you know, or compare yourself to the bad boys and them going to work Pistons. Them dudes came with their lunch pail every night, bro.
Every night. And they had a guy who can get in your head.
We
don't have anybody on the team. What's Stu to get in your head?
Right.
You know, I got to get in your head.
Win or lose.
I got to get in your head.
Within the confines of the game, too. Not just going out there and just going out and fouling people and just, you know, like being uncontrollable. But like within the confines of the game, I'm going to do something, say something, make a play that's going to take the other team out of what they want to do.
Exactly.
We just didn't have nobody like that on the floor.
Well, it was good to see what JB said. JB said, and I appreciate how he said it when he was talking about the game. He was like, it was good to get this on tape.
Yeah.
So, because, you know, after you lose game 1, now you make your adjustments. And I think they're going to do that. I think Sar not going to get in foul trouble early, I hope. You know, because I think that kind of took away
who?
Thompson.
Oh yeah. Sure Thompson, man.
He got
He kind of looked like a deer in headlights the other night, man.
He's a young kid. Him and his brother both. We'll get to that later. But they young.
Man.
They young. That
it's
happens.
a real thing, and it's the Garden.
And it's the Garden. It's you
no
on,
excuses.
You on the biggest stage.
This is the biggest.
Everybody there.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel, Spike, everybody.
Yeah, Tracy Morgan. Everybody.
Everybody
So,
watched
if you
on
wanna
TV
be a
growing
star,
up. Everybody watched on TV growing up. Is at the game.
It's at the game. Right.
But not only that, man, it's some things that, like I say, happened in the game. I don't anticipate in the fourth quarter 17 turnovers. You know, I don't anticipate the Knicks guy, who was the young fella who started hitting the shots. Not young fella, he's been around the league for the Knicks. The ugly guy.
Oh, you talking about their backup point guard?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't anticipate that. There was things that was happening that I just don't see. That it's not going to be a pattern throughout the series.
Well, he's had playoff experience.
He has, man.
With Phoenix, with Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
So like he a vet out there making a couple shots. Like that's what you expect.
Mm-hmm.
So chances are he's gonna have another moment. He's gonna have a moment, at least one more.
And you know what the Pistons are doing when they come home? Or our ticket sales, you know about that, right? They only selling, like if you a New York Knicks, your ticket's gonna be way up in the boonies. Like this, they only selling a season ticket holder. I mean, not only, but season ticket holders, local Detroiters, metropolitan area Detroiters.
It's in the realm.
Realm of it's no Knicks fans. If you coming from New York, your ticket is gonna be a little bit higher.
Anything outside of Indiana, Ohio,
all of that,
can't get no ticket.
It's gonna be iced out chains, buffs,
all that.
That's all. Mink coat. That's the only thing you can see on the front row. Campaign hats. Top 10. That's the only thing you gonna see. That's the only thing you gonna see on the front row.
First of all,
see Cash Down. Shout out to Cash Down.
You don't see your boy Smith.
She booed up now.
Once again, shout out to Cash Down.
She gonna see Smith with Smith. Right?
Yeah. With old young Smith.
Trying to keep him here in the city.
Yeah.
But if she don't.
Shout out to Cash Down. Boy, on the Brown Couch.
Jokey joke.
We shoot our shot on the Brown Couch around here. Hey, but look, we need our stars to show out, though. We gonna need Jalen in the building.
Oh, J Rose be there.
Yeah, we gonna need.
Sada Baby gonna be there.
We gonna need more than just J Rose.
Gonna be there.
We gotta show out, man.
They gonna be there.
We gonna have to have our
the
guys
Hitman.
show out.
He gonna be there. He ain't gonna be like this. He gonna be like this.
We need him to show out.
Shout out to the Hitman, man. Though, yeah.
Everybody be there, man.
You know, we got celebrities now. We got celebrities.
Got to show out, man. Make a difference. So it's gonna be good, man. But hopefully we can. They can steal this one. They can steal this one over in the Garden. And like I said, I do like that prediction though. Even if they don't tonight, you know, they still got to come here.
They got to come home. They got to come to Detroit basketball.
They're gonna be tough to be here. So.
Yeah. Is Mason on the mic?
Mason gonna always be on the mic. Him and Blaha.
George Blaha.
You know, I read an article on him the other day. This is his 40th year, 39th year,
man,
with the Pistons, man. And so, he still got that layover, whatever you want to call it.
A little comb over. But man, you mentioned it just a few minutes ago, man. I hate the fact that they not on. Remember they used to be on Channel 50?
Channel 50.
You watch the Pistons, man. You see every game, man. Now it's so hard to catch a game now. Bally Sports, you got to do this, you got to do that. Man, it's tough. It was tough to watch this team this year.
Or it was tough not to watch them because we could, like you said, Bally Sports.
Yeah.
They wasn't coming on locally.
Nope.
Normally you had your local channel.
Yep.
You know, your channel 2, your 4s, your 7s, but it ain't happening, man.
Couldn't watch it. Couldn't watch it. All right, let's shift, man, from a little Pistons basketball to some Lions football. It's draft this week. This is draft week. This is draft week.
Lions got what, the 28 pick?
Where do they go? What do they do?
There's no doubt you got to go edge. You got to go edge, rusher, or get you a dog middle linebacker, or edge rusher. That's just flat out. You need an edge rusher. Even though we bringing back guys off the injury reserve from last year, the Houstons of the world, but you got to go edge. if the boy from I don't mean to call him a boy, if the young man from Marshall is available, Green, the brother from Tennessee, Pierce, if he's available I think, you know, and a lot of people getting tired of hearing that, let Brad cook. But if Brad cook a little bit and move up in the draft, I think he can grab one of those two. I don't think they're going to be available at 28, but I think they'll be available in the top 20, somewhere around there. But you got to go edge. I think you got to go edge.
I like the idea of allowing Brad to cook. Brad kind of tilted his hand a little bit and said, get your popcorn ready because it's going to be some moving and grooving, you know, come draft day. We clearly have to address the defense, whether that's an edge rusher, whether that's a linebacker with speed, whether that's some hybrid kind of guy who can do a little bit of both. I'm great with going out and drafting some guys to help that defense. I feel a whole lot better if we flip them picks into some proven guys that's already in the league.
Already got.
So when we talk about Brad cooking, I feel like that's what we're going to see. I feel like there's a deal to be made. I think we got some movable pieces. Although I like Hendon Hooker. I think he could be a future starting quarterback in his league. From what I'm hearing, he's also sought after from some other teams. Maybe there's a deal to be made with Hendon Hooker, getting some more picks in this draft, addressing the defense a little bit more, and maybe getting a quarterback in the 6th round, 5th round, somewhere late, somebody that you can sit behind Jared Goff and develop. But I'm at the point now where I don't know that the Lions can wait for a draft pick to develop on defense. Well, I think you go out and get a proven guy, unless they're great. It's a great rookie that can come in and contribute right away.
Well, here's the deal. If they felt that way, they would have made the move already to go get Garrett from Cleveland, the brother from Cincinnati.
Price was too high.
Hendricks.
Price was too high.
So Brad is he's relying and he's dependent on these guys coming back healthy. He's gonna build through the draft. That's what he's always done since he's been here. He's drafted well. If you go out and get you now the question is, and I know we're not in the sweepstakes, Miami Dolphins, Jalen Ramsey. Do you go get you a lockdown, another lockdown corner? Obviously, you got the young brother from Alabama, Terrion Arnold. Then you just signed a guy from the Jets, Reader.
Oh yeah.
But they're not going to get Jalen Ramsey. So
I don't think they're going to get him.
They're going to get him.
But maybe it's not an edge rusher. Maybe it's a linebacker.
Well, it needs. I think they need both, but I think they need the edge a little bit more because once again, you don't know what you're going to get in this guy Houston. You don't know if your boy coming back fully 100%, even though he running good.
Yeah,
it's a difference when you put them pads on and you know. Will Hutch be the same Hutch?
I think he's mid-season. I think we're gonna see Hutch mid. I think it's mid-season. I don't think he's gonna be ready to start the season.
Now, to your point, with Hendon Hooker and the Pittsburgh Steelers, rumor has it TJ Watt is on the block. Now, do draft day? You send Hooker to the Steelers? Well, you're going to send Hooker and somebody else. You might have to give up a number 1 to get TJ. You know, you might have to give up 28 and Hooker to get TJ.
I just think
I would do it.
I think it's some willing and dealing to be made. I just feel, look, the window's closing for the Lions to be Super Bowl caliber team. You need people that's going to come in right away and contribute and get you over the hump. I don't know if a rookie can do that. I don't know.
Well, if you can get something from Hendon Hooker, do it immediately because he's not doing you no good. This is going into his third year?
Third or fourth? Yeah, third year.
I mean, he's only got 4, which did because they took him in the 2nd round, right?
Third round.
So whatever. So he's only 4 years with you. You're not gonna play him in the next 2. If you can get something for him, get something for him.
Yeah, he right now you probably get a 5th or 6th rounder for him.
So you take it.
You know.
Well,
because
he's done you no good.
I disagree with you on him being the starting quarterback in the NFL.
You don't think he's a starting quarterback in the NFL at some point?
Do you didn't see what the Lions did last year? They brought Teddy Bridgewater back. He was coaching high school football. Hadn't threw a pass all year. Hey Teddy, we got to open it. And when the game when golf went down,
they went to Teddy.
That was a telltale right there. Here, this guy been with the team the whole year. Teddy been coaching high school football.
If somebody called you and say, we're
gonna give you $1 million back. And as soon as golf get hurt or this is a blowout, come on, Teddy.
Yeah.
And they just left hitting the hook. Yeah. No.
But it's people out here high on hitting hooker.
Take it.
Take it.
Team's high on them.
Yeah, take it.
Don't get me started. We talked about St. Francis and Cass Tech and King. It's a quarterback at Cass Tech right now. Shout out to Don Dada over there at Cass Tech.
He better than hitting the hooker.
He better than hitting the hooker.
But look, man.
And he in the 10th grade at Cass.
Lil Tay Rob better than hitting the hooker.
Yeah.
So look, man. With the letting Brad cook is it's a mantra around here, but Brad usually doesn't do what everybody thinks he's going to do. And I know you guys both went on the defensive side of the ball, linebacker, defensive end. I still think he take pride in his offensive line.
We do need a lineman.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. That might be the way,
but not with the first pick.
But see, and that so now you move back.
Does he trade out,
move back,
and go get some picks, a couple more? Yeah,
and then let him cook like you let him stir.
But still, I still think the first pick needs to be an edge rusher.
Yeah.
Now you do whatever you want to do with the second pick or the third round pick, whatever you want to do it. But because you do, to your point, you're right. Decker, are we gonna move? When are we gonna move Penny Sewell to the left tackle?
The guard situation, I thought was
the guard situation. Even the center situation. So you got Ragnow. Ziegler is gone. So we are really looking at the guys he's drafted over the last couple of years to come in and step up.
Well, I'll tell you what we don't need. I think you mentioned this a few shows back. We don't need another toy. We don't need another toy. We don't need another running back, wide receiver. None of that. I don't think we don't need none of that.
Well,
give me guys up front. Solidify what's happening up front, be it on the defensive side or the offensive side.
In the trenches. D-line, O-line.
Yeah.
But I do think we need a big receiver that can stretch the field along with J-Mo. J-Mo is good. Don't get me wrong. I love J-Mo. But we need a big physical receiver that can run routes and stretch the field.
Go get your boy out of Chicago. That's always hurt. Used to be with the Chargers.
Well, you just said it.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, he not a big receiver. He a slot guy. He a shifty guy. We need a guy.
6'3"?
Yeah, but he's not a DK Metcalf.
But they not, bro. How many DK Metcalfs is out here?
One.
Calvin Johnson ain't walking through that door.
No. Calvin.
Always come back.
But to your point, you're right about that. But I still think we need a physical receiver. Our best physical receiver is what, 5'10", 190.
Yeah,
Amon-Ra.
Yeah, Amon-Ra.
That's our best physical receiver.
Yeah.
We don't have anybody on the outside that's physical, that can block down the field like a physical receiver do, or a deep threat down the field.
I don't think you need that early though.
I think you can.
No, I don't know.
No, I don't
need it early. No.
Okay. I think we can address that in free agency.
Free agency, 4th, 5th round, something like that.
Yeah.
But those guys, normally 4th, 5th rounds, because on any NFL roster, you normally only carrying maybe 5 to 7 receivers.
Yeah.
And 2 of them playing, you got your 4 receivers that's in the offense that don't play no special teams. And then you probably got 2 that play special teams, punt return and all of that stuff. Gunners.
So I can see them going to get a big receiver because I know locally it's been a lot of talk with J-Mo name being brought up and maybe possibly moving at some point. whether it be draft day this year or playing it out next year because they I don't think they want to do the 5th year.
I think they'll do the 5th year if
he has a productive year.
Yeah.
But you also, like you said, you need another big receiver. I mean, if you do that in free agency and you can get something for J-Mo and the Hendon, not together, but just you got to move them pieces. Then again, you're letting Brad cook. You're giving them the stuff to cook.
I don't know that you can move J-Mo without replacing him with another home run hitter. There.
He had home run hitter.
You gotta have that deep threat out there. And I don't know that there's another one that they can just pick up in this draft for free agency. I mean, maybe somebody. I think
Miami, they rebuilding. Tariq Hill could be available.
Good.
They rebuilding over. They trying to trade Jalen Ramsey.
Small guy though.
It don't matter. He a threat though. He a threat. Yeah, deep threat, short threat, intermediate route threat.
He a threat on and off the field.
Yeah,
man, he'll populate the city in a matter of months. I don't know.
Yeah. He in Miami, so I guess we lower level Miami, but we got him though. We got him here now.
We got plenty of them. Lining up for Tariq Hill.
Yeah.
Be lining up.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Catch more touchdowns off the
man.
field.
Go ahead. What else you got, man?
Don't do Tariq Hill like that. The cheetah.
How many kids has got? Literally,
the cheetah.
You say the cheetah. Oh man.
Well, to close us out today, man. We did you catch the Dan Patrick show not too long ago?
I caught a glimpse.
Caught some clips of it.
On Dan Patrick's show just a little bit ago, he had Prime on there, and they got to talking about the best athletes, overall athletes. And 3 guys were mentioned during the conversation. Obviously it was Prime, Michael Jordan, and Bo Jackson. And so I thought it would be fitting for us to kind of have a conversation about it in terms of who we thought was the best athlete of the 3.
Can we add an athlete? If we can. Somebody? Okay.
We can.
Go ahead.
Prime, Deion, Michael Jordan. Now, here's a caveat. Mike was mentioned in the conversation. I personally don't think Mike should have been mentioned in the conversation. He had a brief stint playing baseball, but he didn't play baseball at the highest level. He never made it to the
I agree with that.
So, in my opinion, you take Mike out of the conversation. You take Mike out of the conversation and you're looking at Bo and Deion, let's talk about it. But if there's another guy that should be mentioned in this conversation, let's also add that to the mix.
I got a guy. I'm gonna let you start it off, gang.
You gonna let me start it off?
Yeah. But you thought I was gonna start it off. You was gonna counter. I'm countering your counter.
Well, for me, man, I thought, first of all, I'm glad I am starting. Good. I get to shoot a dig in the process. So I thought Deion was very modest, like some of the greats do. You don't want to put yourself out there. I know. And I say that because I know Emmett a lot of times says Barry was the best running back. But that's what the greats do. It ain't going to be about me. That's the dig I'm talking about. But anyway.
I see those Facebook posters all the time. A guy be trying to start an argument. It might be Adrian Peterson and Barry Sanders, and he'll say, AP was a much better back than Barry. But that's just to start the argument. We all know it ain't true. But go ahead.
I thought Deion was being awfully modest, man. To me, as far as him and Bo, and then Bo did have the injuries. So, and that kind of taking his career back. You mentioned earlier, you thought that he could have went Hall of Fame in both.
Who?
Bo. Yeah. I disagree because I didn't think his baseball. I didn't see him that way in baseball, and I know Deion. He had his baseball career. Of course, Deion self-proclaimed could not hit the curveball, But he brought other aspects to his game. If you remember when Atlanta was playing, I think it was Toronto, he might have been the World Series MVP had they won it. You know, so I thought he had a much better career baseball-wise to me. He did bounce around Atlanta, New York. You know, he was doing it on the same days. You know, he's flying out of one Atlanta city and then going to play for Atlanta the next day or that night. So to me, it was always Deion, then Bo. I don't know why Mike is even in that, because Mike was the GOAT at what he does. And I just thought, you know, baseball was something that he knew how to do, and he never excelled at it. A couple of guys we haven't mentioned, which would have been a guy like Brian Jordan, who played with Atlanta.
Brian Jordan.
Played with Atlanta, as well as football, and I think I know baseball for sure, but I think football. And then a lot of people, the younger people won't know this, but Dave Winfield put him on in that mix as well.
Got drafted all three.
He got drafted
all three. Man,
you know, and you know, that's where I'm at. But for me, it's Deion. I'll never use the word overrated with Bo, because I thought he was the most powerful thing I've seen. Baseball, I thought he had some moments that were elevated, escalated. Yeah, he broke a bat over his head. He broke it over his knee. He threw someone out, you know, on the line, you know. But you know, and I think what's jaded with me with Bo is I think the most overrated play that they ever show with Bo.
Run up the wall.
When he ran up the wall, man. You know, he had about 13 feet he could have stopped, but he kept on going. It's like, man, stop.
Well,
and then he ran up the wall. Man, that wasn't impressive.
Well, he also ran over a bunch of people.
Yeah, but that's football. But baseball, when he ran up the baseball wall, man, get out of here.
But listen,
man.
You got to realize that Bo Jackson, and he told a story one time that, you know, I don't know, the Yankees was there scouting him, whoever was scouting him, and then somebody else wanted to time him in the 40.
Oh, yeah.
And on the indoor, and he ran like 4.25. And the coach said, Bo, come here for it, Bo. Would you quit bullshitting and run? He said, well, if you want me to run, you got to open up these doors at the end. So because I can't stop. Once I go, you know, you got to open up these doors at the end of the stadium so I can get up out of here, you know.
Yeah.
And he ended up running like a 4.18. Something like that. But if when you mention Bo, and when you mention Deion as, you know, two of the greatest athletes that ever played the game, I would venture to say that we missing one guy that we never, and I just thought about him just a few minutes ago, is the great Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward, man.
I wrote him down.
Heisman Trophy winner. First round draft pick in basketball. Should have been a draft pick in the NFL. At that time, obviously they didn't think he could play quarterback at his size. Yeah. But now you got this, the guy from Alabama playing quarterback in Carolina. You got your boy over there, the Steelers.
You talking about small quarterback? Yeah.
And the reason I say Charlie Ward is because the guy was the best. How do you not draft the best player in college football? Period.
Yeah.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah.
Every Heisman Trophy winner has gotten drafted. Even if I tell you I'm not playing football, I'm not going to play. Even if I say don't draft me. He still was worth the last pick in the 7th round, Mr. Irrelevant, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
In the NBA, he was a solid guard.
He was solid.
He was a solid pro.
He was a backup.
But he was a solid pro.
He was, but he was a backup.
It's 14 guys on the roster,
he made
right?
A difference.
Yeah.
He made the roster every year.
He made a difference on the
but he was a backup. It was a different era. It was a different era of basketball.
The physicality of the game was different.
Charlie Ward was great at running offense and keeping the other point guard on the other side honest. I don't think anybody.
No different than Deion couldn't hit the curveball. And Bo breaking the bat over his head.
Well,
they all had their moments. Charlie Ward played 10, 12 years in the NBA.
Was Deion an all-star in baseball?
No.
He wasn't. Bo was, though.
Bo was an all-star in baseball and probably would have been a pro bowler in football. But he only played 8 games a year.
Bo was voted in by the fans, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
at the end of the day, if I had to label him, Bo Jackson, to me, is probably the best athlete in sport next to Jim Thorpe.
Sheer athlete.
Sheer athlete.
Imposing figure. Run. Strong. Agile. Just a guy that you think that could do everything. I think it's Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
I think
a healthy Bo Jackson would have ended up with 500 home runs, probably 2,500 hits. He probably would have batted 250 or 260. He would have had Reggie Jackson type numbers. But he would have got into the Hall. Football wise, there's no doubt he'd have rushed for 10,000 yards or more.
Damn. And the way he ran?
And he only played 8 games. He had 1,000 yards in 8 games.
But the way he ran, you think he'd lasted long enough to
He ain't
run
run no
10,000?
different than Terrell Davis, Earl Campbell. They in the Hall. Terrell Davis only played 7 years. Injury, got in.
Injuries.
2 Super Bowls.
Injuries.
2 Super Bowl MVPs. But he got in. You telling me Bo wasn't better than Terrell Davis? Come on, man.
I'll never question.
Come on, man.
I'm not going to question any of his football stats.
Vincent Bo Jackson. Deion Sanders even said it in the interview.
What the great ones do.
We'll never know, man.
Except Jordan. He'll never tell you.
We'll never know.
No, Jordan always concede. He be like, he don't want to compare errors. He let other guys make their decisions and determinations.
Oh, no, he don't let nobody make their own decisions. He say he the best ever.
Jordan?
Yeah.
I never heard him say that.
Huh?
I've never heard Jordan say, I'm the best ever.
You didn't hear his Hall of Fame speech?
I heard him say that he didn't want to retire. He didn't want to do that. I never heard him say he was the best ever.
Man, that
I
guy
always heard him humble himself to say, I didn't play against Wilt. I didn't play against Jerry West.
Okay, so to what you just said, yeah, he probably, if he never said he was the best ever, he never said who was the best ever. So that's just, to me, that's the other way of saying
it's no doubt.
It's me.
It's no doubt in my mind that Michael Jeffrey Jordan believes that he is the greatest basketball player of all time.
He got a good
And I think you know that.
Oh, and he is. He is a great. To me, and me and my son Damon, we get into this all the time because he raised on LeBron James.
Absolutely. And you're not going to change his mind.
Not going to change his mind. But what I will say is, when LeBron James peers that he played with and against say Jordan is the best, the Carmelo Anthony's of the world, the Kevin Durant's of the world, the Dwayne Wade's of the world, they say MJ is the best they ever seen. Come on now. We already know what Larry Bird, Dr. J, Magic, and Isaiah, we already know what they saying. Now you got the younger generation, they saying the same thing.
For all the reasons that you think Bo Jackson is the greatest all-around athlete of all time, same reason why we believe that Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the best basketball player of all time. And I'll tell you this, it's fear.
Exactly.
It's fear.
Good point.
People fear Bo like they fear Mike. Fear.
Because when you step on the field, I got to deal with 34 and I got to deal with 23. Period.
Nobody's scared of LeBron.
Nobody's scared of LeBron.
I mean, he great. Nobody's afraid of him.
Well, we can hit this one a little later. Coming
and
up.
that's why I put Kobe ahead of LeBron.
So with LeBron,
they feared Kobe more than LeBron.
Well, but the LeBron is about to fall into a little rut because a guy like Steph, who in his era is about to get, not about to get. Let me say this: they look good in the playoffs right now, and if he gets another ring in the LeBron James era.
What Shaq said it a while back. You have to start putting Steph Curry in that conversation.
You got to put him in the conversation.
He got 4 rings.
And if he get another one in the LeBron James era, then is he better than LeBron? You
only got to put Steph in the conversation if you also start putting Tim Duncan in the conversation first.
That's another guy.
Because I think I actually think they're both comparable when you talk about their career accomplishments. So if we're going to start putting Steph in this conversation, greatest shooter of all time, all of that, you got to start bringing back the Tim Duncan.
You got to bring Tim back.
Because
Tim got more rings than LeBron.
At a point where power forward was the best position on the floor, the people he competed against and beat on his way to winning titles. You gotta start talking about that.
Yeah, I put Tim Duncan's career numbers up as far as awards and everything without his picture. And you would be amazed what his numbers and career awards are on par, slightly right below Jordan. I mean, 5 NBA championships, a 10-time first team all defense, led rookie this, rookie that. But if you don't see his picture, you'd be like, oh, that's Jordan. That's Tim Duncan.
That's Tim Duncan.
Well, he wasn't loud enough. He should have made a rap song. He should have, you know what I mean? He should have grew them cornrows sooner.
Yeah, should have went that way.
He should have cussed out a referee or choked the coach.
Well,
then we'll know who Tim Duncan was.
Yeah. Same thing, I know he was injury prone, and he would have been one of the greats up in there. Would be Grant Hill. Just injury prone.
But you can't guarantee his
But
range,
I'm just saying he wasn't a loud, vocal, to your point, like Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, quiet, went about his business, won championships, and went on.
Well, let's not get it lost with LeBron. Let's give him a little shout out. The man for what, 20, this is 22nd year. 21 years, he's averaged 25. This is the first year he has not. And it took him to age 40 to not average 25. He only averaged 24. That's big in itself.
Man, he's dominated.
Yeah,
he's
that's
dominated.
big in itself. So I definitely give him that credit to him on that, man. So
where you rank him in your top all time?
I got Jordan. I love Jordan. It's top 5, top 6.
Okay,
it's down. It's down because I'm gonna go Jordan first,
right?
And without
there's a toss up with 2 and 3 and all that.
It's some guys I hadn't seen. I really didn't see Bill. I didn't see Wilt. But I want to put Kobe up there. Like you said, a guy like Duncan, and then let me see what this year brings out for Golden State, man. Because if Steph gets another one with this team,
Well, if he gets to the finals,
no, he got to win it.
You got to win it.
Yeah, he got to win it.
Oh, okay.
He got to win it. Ain't enough to just get there. He's been there before.
Yeah.
You gotta win.
If he win it, then he makes a claim, bro. A big time claim.
Yeah.
Go in front of him. So
and he's a heck of a golfer too.
And on that note,
I got to get my clubs. Yeah.
It's been another episode of the Brown Couch Bruhz.
Hey, man, it's been good. It's been good.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yes, man. Do that, man, please.
And we out of here.
We out.
Peace.